morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another weekend of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. In today's video, I am going to take you through the final section of the first movement of the Saint-Saens Sonata. I'm going to share a few tips with you for practicing and for executing a beautiful performance. Now, if you're just tuning in, the previous 2 weeks of videos I released featured the first and second part of this first movement here of the sonata. So if you're just now tuning in, be sure to go check those out. In addition, I would like to thank my patrons for supporting my channel. You guys are wonderful. I love hearing your messages and getting all of your enthusiasm and excited energy, so thank you for that. If you love what I'm doing here on my YouTube channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page and support my channel for as little as $3 a month. Any contribution is much appreciated, so thank you all so much. Now, I'm also doing lessons all summer virtually, so if you're interested in taking lessons with me, go on over to my website and fill out the lesson inquiry form, and I will get in touch with you soon about rates and scheduling. Luke has decided to accompany me. Say hi, Luke! Alright guys, did you enjoy that? That's Luke disguising himself as a walrus. I call that the walrus pose, when he just like flops over and he's just like anyway, guys, I love this movement of the sonata. The first movement is just, it could just be one complete piece all in itself. I think it's just so lovely. And the way this movement finishes off could be, it's actually really hard. One of my high school students is giving her own senior recital at her graduation party, and she's working on this right now, and I forgot how challenging this whole piece is. Now, the first thing that I'm just gonna say is, for those of you working on this, by the time you get to this third section here, you're probably dead. You're probably really, really tired. And the one thing you want to watch out for, well, the two things you want to watch out for is, one, making breathing mistakes and becoming tense in your breathing because you're tired. And the second thing, it all kind of ties together with the breathing problem, is becoming sharp and sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper, right? So there's not really a good place in here to like quickly pull out at your barrels. So you kind of have to go into performing this already warmed up, and the only chance you have really to adjust your barrel is the 2-measure rest after the first section on the first page there. So make sure you're warmed up, I guess, before you perform this. So anyway, this whole ending section here, if you're concerned about getting sharp and you're in the moment and you're like, the big problem here is actually easy to fix. There are a lot of throat tones. Throat tones being G, G sharp, A flat, A, or A sharp, B flat. So these guys are often really sharp on many clarinets. Now, if you run into issues and you need to lower the pitch of any of those notes, you can add resonance fingerings. And I recommend starting with the bottom fingers of each hand. See if that helps. If that doesn't help, start adding one finger at a time here. This guy, in my opinion, should only be added as a last resort, at least on my setup, as this really, really muffles the sound and really brings the pitch like way, way down. So if you're like a bajillion cents sharp and you have nowhere to pull out, then all of these fingers down are really going to make a huge difference. In addition, you want to really stay focused on relaxed breathing. So any opportunity you have to just decompress, just relax your shoulders, relax your air, so you can take a nice deep relaxed breath in, is going to just make the end of this really, really special and so much easier to execute. Now, the end of this gets softer and softer and softer and softer, right? And if we're tense, guys, like our first instinct when playing soft is to hold back air. You don't want to hold back air. You want to be relaxed. You want to blow your air, but you want it to be a very smooth, concentrated stream. so I imagine having a nice, relaxed breath of air, but concentrating my airflow into the eye of a needle. So as it gets softer and softer and softer, the speed of the air hitting the reed remains quick and remains pretty fast. And so if you do that, you're gonna be able to play the end of this without that airy, fuzzy sound, and it'll make the end very pure and beautiful and expressive. And the last tip that I have here in terms of just very technical playing, being exhausted at the end of the piece, is for whatever reason, as we get tired, sometimes our jaw kind of goes backwards away from the reed. So I want you guys to try this, okay? Try to keep your jaw forward a little, and try keeping the corners of your embouchure pointed forward a little bit too. So, I mean, you'll probably see whenever I play and I get really tired, I tend to squeeze backwards. So I have to actively remind myself to push my corners forward and keep my jaw in alignment so I can actually make good use of my nice relaxed air. Okay, so that's my advice here, guys, for getting this end section to sound beautiful and pure and relaxed, even if you're really exhausted and tired by the time you get to the end of it. So I hope you guys enjoy working on this movement of the sonata. I think it's a beautiful piece, and it's very much achievable by most of us out there who are at least at an intermediate level. And I think that there's a lot the average musician can do musically and expressively with this. So have fun, you guys. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a good rest of your week. And as always, happy practicing.